We are at Sweetwater Music. This is the U.S.'s largest brick and mortar music store at about 44,000 square feet. And we are walking through the foyer here, kind of the lobby. And this is kind of where it all starts. We entered in through the main area here, the main walkway, where there's a bit of the history of how Sweetwater started. They even have a van here and an old VW. Guitar Fest is only a couple days away, so this is the VW. This is the start of Sweetwater Music right here. So we're just going to check out how Sweetwater Music started in 1979. Sweetwater started out as a mobile recording studio beginning in the late 70s. Chuck Surak used a 1966 VW bus, and so there it is there. Let's see, some other, so this is a little, they have an indoor mall you might see here, and it's an indoor mall that, there's a cafe, there's a diner, there's an incredible amount of setups, there's a concierge desk. Pretty soon here in a couple days, Phil X, lead guitarist Phil X, currently playing with Bon Jovi, is going to be here, and Steve Morse, the famous lead guitarist, will be here. So as we come through here, we're going to just check out their string center here. All sorts of accessories and humidification packets. There's the string center. Pretty much all the strings, any of the guitar strings and bass strings and guitar picks that you would ever need. And before we hop in the acoustic room, we'll look at some of the used gear they have here. 25% off amps. What do we got? We got a nice used DSL 40 for $450, a Black Star, a Fender. This is an interesting one. What's the logo on the bottom here? Not sure what that means. It's a Fender Hot Rod DeVille. These are fun amps. That's a 5150 right there. I like those 5150 Iconics, but the thing is, you kind of have to change out the speaker if you're a little bit picky. There are a lot of people like to change out that speaker. So this is a nice used area. This is a good deal. The St. James 50 watt, that's a great deal on a used amp. I like that. That price is really good, and the condition is great. So we're going to check out this little Friedman amp head right here. This is just the amp department. That was my wife saying we don't have room in the car. Yeah, she's right. We don't have room in the car, but that's okay. So we're not going home with anything big today, but maybe we'll find something small. So we have the world's largest guitar pedal display. And let's take a look at it, shall we? This kind of caught my eye right off the bat here. Anybody know anything about the vintage tube monster? I mean, for $99, Behringer's always been a more affordable brand, and I used one of their mixing boards for years, and it went well. Oh, the VH4, this is a really, really good pedal. I've had this pedal. I've used it as a preamp. I've used it to override the preamp of several power amps or guitar amps that I have. I played out with only this and a Seymour Duncan power block, and that was really, really good, just going direct to guitar cab. This is the Herbert, a little bit harder to find. Actually, I think this one's a bit harder to find. Now, this is the VH4, the original. I think I might have had version 2. Excellent preamps as well as just straight up guitar pedals. You can use it either way. This is definitely more of like a destination. You know, I've really never seen anything like this in my life, and I believe it's the only one in the US like this. I do like to look at pedals that have tubes in them. I always like to look at the tube brand that they choose. This is a JJ, that's a good sign. And I like JJ tubes a lot. Man, oh man. You know what's interesting? What do you think? pedals are still a really big business, even given all of this modeling stuff. I feel like pedals are still a really, really big business because you know, you have your tone, and once you dial it in and you can lean down and look at it, a good old analog pedal is gonna give you what you want. Have this one at home, sold this one. Wish I kept this one, wish I sold this one. Again, another tube-driven pedal there. It's my first time going live, so picked this one up recently. This is the Kirk Hammett. It's all right. To be honest with you, I think you're just kind of better off going with traditional like Vox, wah pedal. Just just go for the traditional one. I think you're gonna be good. I'm over here, destroying the store, just like a New Yorker. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. This is interesting. It's a pedal that's a Bigsby vibrato. These little guys I've always wanted to try. I wonder if one of these is going to have to come home with me today. I have had their blonde pedal before, the Sansamp Character Edition. Really great. Have had several students borrow it for gigs, love it, bring it back, wish they could buy one. And these are almost like a fly rig. Like I think you look like you can actually use these as a direct in. What would I go with? I don't know. Probably Screaming. Well, the Steve Harris would be really interesting, but it's $300. I think I'd have to go with Fuzzy Brit or Screaming Blonde. Screaming Blonde, though, is kind of overdone if you ask me. There's just so many blonde pedals out there. Best reverb on the market for the money, if you ask me. You can have all your Black Star pedals in one. Love it. Guitar effects processor. Love it. This is the good old, tried and true Boss GX 100. The old Boss GX series. Let's take a spin by the amps. So this is something that I've had my eye on for a long time. This is I had a Marshall used Valve State. I had a Valve State AVT 275. What I really liked about it were the cleans, to be quite honest. So it's got a tube-driven power amp, I think it's actually 12AX7, so it's going to be preamp tubes, and then a solid state power section. We got here Acoustasonics. So I don't know. I wonder if this Valve State might be going home. I mean, with today's modeling technology, for $350, you're going to get a lot better tone than a lot of the. Yeah, we're doing good. Thank you. I'm going to put in a call for Christian soon. He said to give him a buzz and he'll come down and meet us for coffee.
Oh, okay.
So,
do you need us to let him know?
not yet. Me and my wife, we're still kind of nosing around a little bit.
It usually takes us like 10 or 20 to get him down here, so give us some heads up. So.
Will do. Thank you. The old Blue Voodoo. Really hard to find in that condition. I have one of these sitting at home right now, and it's a monster. They are built like a tank. Amazing. The baffle itself is so thick that it barely even gives in when you push it. I think I'm gonna have to end this stream here pretty soon. I mean, this is only the tip of the iceberg of what's in this store. Let me just give a quick walk around. This is electric guitars and amps. So let's go in here. That's pretty unbelievable. that guy. I think if I had my pick in this room, and you know we're all different, it'd be that guy. This is the new Larry Carlton series guitars. They're definitely budget-minded and really, really nice instruments. That's what I learned on Yamaha Pacifica. The Tim Henson signature. I'd be tempted, but you know what I find with these? The radius is so flat. I mean, the action's pretty ridiculous on a lot of these guitars. They take a lot of dialing in, but you can get the action down. But the neck radius is often really, really flat. Aha, yep, very nice. All right, I think I'm gonna have to cut this live stream, find my family, and there's just too much to kind of take in here. Well, that kind of catches the eye, doesn't it? Beautiful. Got some lefties over there. All right, this is only one of the electric guitar areas, so I'm gonna have to cut this stream, get myself a coffee, and whew. I'd be happy to throw that in the car too. Pretty happy indeed. All right, we'll see you all. Oh, the Blues Cube. I've got that guy at home right now with the dude from Steely Dan, Jeff Baxter, with the Jeff Baxter tone capsule in it for kind of changes it from a tweed sound to a black panel sound. Quite nice, quite nice. All right, we're gonna cut and run.